3 fake HOA cops broke 5 vertebrae in my pregnant daughter's back. Her Navy SEAL father fired his gun in a heartbeat. In the quiet of Willow Creek, a young woman, 7 months pregnant, faced a brutal attack by imposters posing as neighborhood security. Their fake badges hid a sinister plot to terrorize families. But her father, a battle-hardened veteran, had only seconds to act, unleashing a response that stunned the community. Stay tuned for a story of courage, betrayal, and a justice that sparked fierce debate. Willow Creek was a postcard of suburban peace. Towering oaks shaded manicured lawns, and porches held rocking chairs and small American flags. Trust defined the neighborhood, doors stayed unlocked, kids played until dusk. On a Sunday morning, the air carried the scent of fresh grass and rain. A breeze stirred wind chimes as Sarah Thompson, 24 and heavily pregnant, stepped onto her father's porch. Barefoot, she balanced her phone in one hand, the other resting on her belly, protecting the life inside. A brown package sat by the steps, something she vaguely recalled ordering. Bending carefully, she brushed the box. Then, a low hum broke the calm, like a distant engine. Sarah straightened, scanning the empty street. The sun cast soft shadows, but the sound grew louder, tires on asphalt, fast and deliberate. A black SUV roared around the corner, not gliding like a neighbor's car but prowling, slicing the quiet like a blade. It screeched to a halt in front of the house, tires squealing. Sarah flinched, clutching the package. Silence fell, heavy and unnatural. Even the birds hushed. Then, 3 men stepped out in sync, clad in black tactical uniforms, vests emblazoned with HOA security. They looked official, crisp uniforms, polished boots, sharp movements. But their eyes darted with a predatory edge, not protective but calculating. Sarah's gut screamed danger. Willow Creek had no such patrols, no memos about new security. Her instincts roared as the men fanned across the yard, one adjusting his belt, another scanning the street, the third's hand hovering near his pocket. Sarah backed toward the door, heart pounding, blood rushing in her ears. She tried to call for her father, but her voice caught. The golden morning shattered. The men closed in, forming a tight circle. "Show your ID!" one barked, his voice cutting the air. "You're violating regulations." "Hand it over," another snapped. Sarah stammered, "I live here. This is my father's house." Her words fell flat, ignored. The nearest man lunged, grabbing her wrist in a crushing grip. Pain shot through her arm as he twisted it behind her back. The package dropped with a thud. Before she could scream, another shoved her toward the SUV. Her body slammed against the hot metal hood, the impact stealing her breath. "I'm pregnant!" she gasped, pleading. But the men showed no mercy. A third stepped forward, pressing a hand between her shoulders and shoving hard. Sarah stumbled, the world tilting. Her arms flailed, but the ground rushed up. A sickening crack echoed as she hit the pavement, agony exploding in her back. A scream tore from her lips, raw and piercing, shattering Willow Creek's calm. She lay crumpled, pain erasing thought, her hands trembling toward her belly, desperate to protect her baby. Inside, David Thompson sat at the kitchen table, sipping coffee, the newspaper open. The clock ticked softly, a rhythm of peace he'd earned after 20 years as a Navy SEAL. Then, Sarah's scream ripped through the house. His mug shattered on the floor as he bolted to the window. There, on the asphalt, Sarah writhed, her face twisted in pain. 3 men loomed over her, aggressive, predatory. David's pulse thundered. He didn't see guards, he saw threats to his daughter, his unborn grandchild. Instinct took over. David sprinted to the gun safe, his boots pounding the hardwood. Family photos blurred past. He punched in the code, the lock snapping open. His Glock 19 gleamed inside, a trusted companion from countless missions. Magazine checked, round chambered, safety off. He inhaled, locking away fear and rage. Neutralize the threat. Protect Sarah. Survive. Bursting through the door, David faced the intruders. Their heads snapped toward him, surprise flashing across their faces. One reached for his belt, a possible weapon. David fired twice, bullets hitting the ground inches from their feet, dust exploding. The shots echoed, a warning that froze the men. They stumbled back, away from Sarah. David stepped forward, Glock steady, eyes cold. "Get on the ground!" he roared, his voice a battlefield command. Two dropped instantly, hands raised, faces pressed to the concrete. Their uniforms looked pathetic now, hollow costumes. The third, lean and twitchy, bolted for the SUV. David tracked him but held fire, fleeing, not fighting. The engine roared, tires screeching as the SUV tore across the lawn, smashing a mailbox into splinters. David kept his aim on the two still pinned, unwavering. Sirens wailed in the distance, growing louder. Police cruisers screeched to a halt, lights flashing. David lowered his Glock, setting it on the pavement, hands raised in compliance. Officers moved in, securing the scene, cuffing the imposters. The truth unraveled fast. The men weren't security. They were ex-convicts, part of an organized crime ring posing as HOA enforcers to extort residents. Fake citations, forced fines, and intimidation had plagued nearby towns, escalating with each unchallenged act. David's stand exposed their scheme. But his focus was on Sarah, who rushed to the hospital, her spine shattered, her baby at risk. In the trauma ward, David stood by the doors, watching surgeons fight for Sarah's life. Guilt crushed him. He hadn't protected her soon enough. Hours dragged, each second a test of endurance. Finally, the doctor emerged. "She's stable. The baby's safe," strong heartbeat. Relief flooded David, but Sarah faced a grueling recovery, surgeries, therapy, and pain. He stayed by her side, haunted by what-ifs but driven by love. 2 months later, Sarah gave birth to Michael David Thompson, a healthy boy. Holding his grandson, David wept, pride and gratitude overwhelming him. The impostors faced charges: assault, impersonation, and extortion. The third was caught hiding in a motel, his bravado gone. Willow Creek rallied around David, neighbors bringing meals and notes, calling him a hero. News spread, headlines praising the guardian of Willow Creek. David shunned the spotlight, but the story sparked debate. Was his use of force justified? Could he have waited for the police? Some saw a hero, others questioned vigilante justice. The community tightened security, trust shaken, but resilience growing. David's actions not only saved Sarah but also exposed the hidden evil, reminding everyone that courage and love can stand against deception. Sarah and Michael thrived, a testament to survival. Justice prevailed, forged by a father's unwavering heart. What do you think? Was David's response heroic or reckless? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know how you view trust and protection in relationships. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to join the conversation. Your voice matters.